This started out completely normal, and then one comment changed the entire temperature of the conversation. But instead of realizing maybe that was the moment to stop, it kept going. And somehow got worse. By the end, even I was sitting there thinking, surely we're not saying that out loud. Oh, we were. And the part that really got me wasn't even the first comment. It was what came next. Hey everyone, it's Macy, and welcome back to Official Glam, the place where we put the real in reality TV. We've seen plenty of housewives say the wrong thing at exactly the wrong time, but this was different. There wasn't a screaming match or some giant dramatic setup. It was actually a pretty vulnerable conversation, and that's exactly why what followed landed so hard. Because sometimes you don't need to raise your voice to leave somebody completely stunned. This happened when Kyle Richards opened up to Vicki Gunvalson on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, Roaring 20th. January 20th would have been Kyle and Mauricio Umansky's 30th wedding anniversary, and Mauricio had texted her saying he loved her and that the day would always be difficult. Kyle said the message completely set her off. She couldn't understand how they had ended up here because she genuinely believed their marriage was stronger than this. At first, Vicki seemed sympathetic. In her confessional, she said her heart was breaking for Kyle because Kyle and Mauricio seemed to have everything people wanted in a marriage. 30 years, a family, a life together, very compassionate, very understanding. Please remember this, Vicki. She's about to disappear. Kyle then admitted that one of the hardest parts has been hearing people say she and Mauricio made them believe true love existed, and now that was gone. Which would have been a wonderful moment to remind Kyle that she is not personally responsible for America's faith in marriage. Vicki had another idea. She told Kyle, "You let your family down. You let your kids down." Then she said Kyle was showing her children that it's okay to bail when things get tough. I'm sorry. What? Kyle is crying over the end of a marriage that lasted almost 3 decades, and apparently somebody thought, you know what this situation needs? More guilt. Vicki continued, saying Kyle and Mauricio were supposed to stay together forever, grow old together, do life together, and eventually have grandchildren together. So Kyle wasn't just grieving her marriage anymore. She was basically being handed a list of everyone Vicki thought she'd disappointed, and somehow we still weren't finished. When Kyle tried to say she was getting better, Vicki essentially told her no, she wasn't, and brought up her own divorce from Dawn Gunvalson. Vicki has admitted she regrets ending that marriage and wishes somebody had stopped her. And suddenly, this made more sense. Not nicer, just more understandable. Vicki wasn't only looking at Kyle's situation, she was looking at her own regret and projecting it directly onto Kyle. Then Vicki asked Kyle to imagine herself 20 years from now, when she would have been celebrating her 50th wedding anniversary. Kyle asked whether Vicki seriously thought this would still bother her then. Vicki basically said yes, because her divorce still bothers her. Ma'am!
I mean, when I hear Vicki say that the pain still lives within her, it scares me. I want to be past this. I don't want to be like Vicki.
Look, Vicki is absolutely entitled to regret divorcing Dawn. Maybe she genuinely wishes somebody had stopped her years ago, but Vicki's regret is not automatically Kyle's future. And telling a woman who's already crying that she let down her children, that's not just blunt, that's brutal. Maybe Vicki thought she was saving Kyle from making the same mistakes she believes she made. But sometimes your friend needs your wisdom. And sometimes she needs you to stop turning her emotional breakdown into your personal cautionary tale. Because if somebody comes to comfort me while I'm crying and leaves me worried about how depressed I'll be on an imaginary anniversary in 2046, respectfully, I'm going to need a different friend assigned to the shift. Now I need to know where you land. Was Vicki brutally honest or just brutal? Drop your take in the comments, and while you're down there, let's get the likes up on this one, because I know I'm not the only person who watched that conversation thinking, Vicki, maybe stop helping. And if you like your Housewives news with all the details and the side-eye they occasionally deserve, hit subscribe and come hang out with us here at Official Glam, the place where we put the real in reality TV. Because if this is Vicki's idea of emotional support, somebody on Girls Trip might want to hide the advice chair.